Good evening. I'm Barry Fair. Welcome to part two about soups from episode 204. Tonight I'd like to continue the story about soups and how you can make soups and what ingredients you can use to make soup. Now, there are plenty of soups you can make for yourself and your family. And soup isn't just good for dinner, it is good for lunch, heated the next day. So, some of the soups you can make for your family are pumpkin, which we had the other night here, tomato, fishy squash, that's the potato and leek soup, French onion soup, brisket. Now that's a beetroot soup, plain ham soup. There are so many soups, and chicken noodle soup, ladies and gentlemen. So there is absolutely no excuse not to get the pots out and start simmering the vegetables for a nice soup such as vegetable, which you can also make. And you can also make tomato soup as well. Now, tomato soup, you just can't go wrong. The same with the chicken noodle soup and the pumpkin soup, the pumpkin soup, zucchini soup, minestrone, French onion soup, plain ham. There are so many soups you can make for you and your family on a cold, wet winter's night. So use up any leftover vegetables you may have and whack those in too. And French onion soup, guys, you need a kilo of onions, some beef stock, and other ingredients. Now, with the French onion soup, guys, this is served with a cheese toast. Now, simply toast some French bread, okay? Layer 4 slices of Swiss or Gruyere cheese or whatever cheese you've got, and then lay that on top, and then put that on top of the bread. Grill until your cheese is melted, okay, and then float a slice of toast in the French onion soup, and you will love it. And slices of toast, ladies and gentlemen, are great served with soup, and you can even add croutons to soup. You can buy croutons from the packet or make your own croutons, guys. So soups, they are really nourishing, especially if you are not well. So why don't you go ahead and make a soup for the family tomorrow night? Because it is the perfect night for it, ladies and gentlemen. And also on my winter series, I will be talking about casseroles again, and casserole basics. You may remember on episode 202 last Tuesday, I talked about casserole. Well, tomorrow on the show, I will be recapping on that before we talk about camping out in the bush and the outback. So guys, why don't you go ahead and make yourself and your family some soup for dinner and serve it with toast? I urge you to tonight on the show. So there is absolutely no excuse not to go ahead and make yourself some soup. And I forgot to mention the sweet corn and chicken soup. There was short soup and long soup as well, which you can have. And if you make up a big batch of soup, guys, make sure you've got enough left over for lunch so that you can heat it up at work on a cold winter's day, because I can tell you soups are absolutely delicious, especially as it is coming into winter now. Why don't you make up a soup for lunch on a cold, wet Saturday when you've cancelled your plans? Make up a big batch of soup for the family for lunch and serve it with toast or bread roll or a cheese toast like French onion soup. So go on, make yourself some soup and even heat it up, okay, in a flask to take away with you if you're out. So like I've said, there is absolutely no excuse not to make a soup, because I urge you to tonight on the show. I encourage you to. And that is the conclusion about soups. So we hope that you have a happy and healthy winter, and also I will be talking about the upcoming winter series on tomorrow's show. So I've got a big show coming up for you tomorrow. So join me for episode 205 tomorrow at 10 times, and then episode 206 on Wednesday. So I am off now to put the second part of episode 204 up for us. So enjoy the two parts of episode 204, and I will see you tomorrow at 10 times for episode 205. Have a great evening, everyone. Stay warm, brag up, and remember, don't come to work if you are sick. And that's where I'd like to leave you now. To have an excellent night, and I will catch up with you tomorrow at 10 times. Until tomorrow then, this is Barry Fear, wishing you a very good night. Good night, everybody, and sleep tight. Enjoy your soup.